Euclid Learning. So this is the sixth chapter for grade 7. So if you haven't watched my previous videos, there are separate videos for grade 6 and 7. So you can go and watch them using the playlist. So this is the sixth chapter we are going to talk about. It's about presentation software. So do you know what is a presentation, right? Presentation is a method which we can use to communicate a lot of information and ideas to a set of people or to a group. So this is more alive and you can interact with the people, the audience, in a better way than a normal way of communication. So electronic presentation is like the tool which we use to make a presentation which can be more attractive and more informative, right? So here they have compared a presentation with a book. Yeah, presentation is somewhat like a book, but there are differences, right? So when it comes to a book is having pages and a presentation will have slides. In a book, you can turn pages, and in a presentation, you can move from one slide to another, right? So in a book, it will have pictures and words and a lot of information, but in a book, we cannot have videos, songs, kind of media, right? But when it comes to presentation, yes, words, pictures, plus videos, songs, all those things also can be included in a presentation. So more liveliness can be attached to a presentation, right? So after you print a book, the content is mostly it's the same. You cannot change it. If you want to change it, you have to go for another publication. But when it comes to presentation, after many times you can do editing. For example, if you present to one audience, again you can change it, the same content with small differences, and again you can present in a new way for another audience even, right? So you can present it, and while presenting also you can edit like that. So it's very easy to do the modifications. So there are a lot of presentation software, like as I always telling, software can be open source or proprietary. Open source means you can freely download it, or you can pay the license and use. Right. So Microsoft PowerPoint is the most popular kind of thing, but there are a lot of Apple Keynote, OpenOffice Impress, like that. There are so many softwares to do the presentations. So there are a lot of advantages, especially when it comes to teaching, right? You can use electronic presentations in a more fruitful way, right? For example, in a normal way, if you teach, you can use the blackboard or whiteboard, or you have to use a lot of explanations. It's very bit hard, right? Sometimes to present new information and to change, like to get the attraction, get the concentration of the students, it may be a bit hard, right? A lot of effort may be needed to explain it in a manual way or in the normal way. But if you use a presentation, you can include a lot of information in the slides, so you don't have to explain too much by words, and it's a bit less effort, right? So always students will can be kept the on the presentation, because if you use some videos, audio clips like that, it's more attractive, so students will pay the attention, right? And a lot of information, you don't have to remember all things by yourself, you can include them in the slide. So while you're doing the presentation, you can explain it more, so it's more interactive, it's more informative when you use a presentation while you are teaching, right? From here onwards, it's about how you can create your own presentation. So I will be using the Microsoft Office package, so Microsoft PowerPoint. So you can use anything as you wish, right? Most the concepts will be the same, right? So when you open the presentation software, right, you can first go for a blank presentation, right? So here you have to include slides from the kind of beginning, right? So this is a way you have to start. And when you open it up, so you can see the presentation window, right? So in here, right, there are so many slides you can see at the same time, right? And here when you select a slide from this A section, that slide will be visible here. So in the B part, we call it as the slide pane, right? So you can select slides from A section and you can see the whole thing, whole slide at here in the B section, right? So sometimes presentation software itself will be giving you a lot of templates. So you can use those templates to start with because it's more colorful, more uh, nice and very attractive. But sometimes you can start with your own blank slides and you can design your own way with different colors and textures and different shapes and all these things. But similarly, you can use the existing templates as well, right? So usually it all will also have a title bar, toolbars, and this is all your slides, and you have a slide pane, right? And here note pane also there. For each slide also you can have a note. So in the presentation mode it won't be visible, but for your reference you can keep notes here, right? And hope you know how to save something, right? You can go for file and save as, and you can give a name and a location for the file, and then you can save. So while you're doing, you can just file save and you can save it, which was earlier previously you have saved, right? Or with the keyboard shortcuts will be the Control plus S. So you can save while you're uh, doing or the modifying the presentation, right? To close the presentation, like the other applications, you can click this close button and you can close it, right? So when you're closing, it will again check whether this is already saved or not. If it's not saved, then it will ask you to save, right? So it will ask, do you want to save this, right? So if you click yes, then you have to give the file name and the file location. But if you press no, all the changes you have done will be discarded, right? Cancel. If you click cancel, it will come back to the earlier presentation mode itself, right? You can do the and edit the presentation itself. So saving, I told you, right? So always give us some meaningful name when you're saving the file, right? Because it's very easy to identify what is the file and what is the content by just looking at the name of the file. Don't always give ABC or something like that. Give a meaningful name for the file. So when you want to open a saved presentation, it's very easy. You can go to File, Open, or this open icon also you can click, and you have to go and select. You have to browse the folders and go to the place where you have saved the presentation, and then you have to click on that file twice. That means double click should be done, then that file will be open. So when you are going to add a new slide to your presentation, there are different types of presentations slides you can add. For example, here this is having only title itself. So in this one, you have a title and a content. Sometimes you have just a subtitle. This is an empty slide, right? Sometimes you have like left content can be there, right content can be there, like that. Different way these content can be arranged in such a way. And some slides you can use to insert pictures or tables like that, shapes. So there can be different types of slides you can insert. So if you start with a empty or a blank slide, yes, you can design it in a way you what you want, right? So designing a slide. So in a slide, first you have to identify what I'm going to do. Should I include text or the pictures and how it should come? So you should have a basic understanding or the planning uh, before you start doing a presentation, right? So usually in these dotted lines, right, you can insert your text, right? So when it comes to a text, hope you remember these things. We have discussed similar things earlier also. So you can change your font color, you can change the size of the font, you can make the font bold, right? Italic, right? Or you can underline your font. These are basic things you can do for your font. So for the presentation slides, you can insert pictures also, right? So it's you can make your presentation more attractive. So there are two ways you can insert the pictures. One thing is like you can copy some picture and you can come to your uh, presentation slide and paste it. Or you can use the clip art, which is already provided by the presentation software. So there are some kind of a pre-given pictures, so you can insert those pictures to your presentation slide. Similarly, you can insert shapes, right? You can insert circles, squares, like the different shapes to your presentation slide as well. Multimedia. So this is the most important thing which we can make your slides more interactive and attractive. For example, you can insert videos and audios for your presentation. So you can insert audios and videos which was earlier saved uh, before you start the presentation. Uh, so you can use them, or the presentation software will itself also provide some pre-recorded kind of sounds. But then you cannot do a lot of new additions, but you can always insert your own video clips and audio clips. So for a slide, yes, you can insert a table also, right? So hope you remember how to work with tables. We did this similar thing earlier also. So you can give the number of rows and columns and insert your table as well, or you can drag and drop the number of rows and columns and insert it as well, right? Slide design, right? So slide design. So there are different kind of slide designs with the different backgrounds, colors, and different font sizes and all. So you can select those things also, right? Usually, when you design a presentation, your background and all the colors of the letters, the fonts, and these things should be matched with each other. Otherwise, if you use very contradictory colors and all, it's a bit difficult for the audience, right? So, uh, if you use slide designs, you don't need to waste extra time to match these things because it's already kind of there. But it's not the case. You can always customize and you can do as what you want from the scratch. But if you use these slide designs, it's more helpful because those background colors and fonts colors, these things are matching. So it's more attractive. So then come the slide transition, right? So normally slide transition is used to move from one slide to another, right? You can just use the arrow keys and move, but you can make it more attractive, right? So you can spend some more time and design the slide transitions, how the slides should come and go, right? Uh, how the speed should be happen, right? What are the sounds you should include when you are doing the transition? What is the transition type you are going to do? These things will make your presentation more attractive, and always audience will pay more concentration if you use these things. And you can definitely delete, copy, move the order of the slides, right? So these things can be definitely done using the slide view itself. Like, so this is a normal slide view, right? Or you can, in this mode also, you can definitely do, you can delete, you can change the order and all. But if you go for the slide sorter view, it may be more easier for you to do this arrangement, to delete unwanted slides and all, because you can see whole slide set at once, right? Yeah, deleting a slide can be easily done, right? You can use your delete key or the backspace key, or you can right click and delete also. So it's a very easy thing to delete a particular slide. Yeah, so sometimes you may have to use the same slide again and again. For example, for like if you want to change the topic slides inside the presentation, you can have multiple topic slides kind of. So those same topic slides, the font and all this formatting should be the same. So you have to copy, right? So definitely it's very easy to copy and paste the slides, right? You already know you copy some particular slide and then you have to go to the relevant place and paste. So you can use the keyboard, the shortcuts, Control C, Control V, or if you want to cut and paste, Control X and Control V you can use, or you can right click and from the menu bar also, menus, or you can right click and from the menus also you can do the same thing. Moving slides, yeah, it's something similar to the cut operation. You can just drag and drop these things over the these slides set, and you can change the order. So nothing to worry. You can change your presentation slides very easily by just drag and dropping, right? Similar to the cut and paste. Sometimes you may need to hide your slides, right? So no need to delete the slides. You can hide some slides, right? So then it won't be appear. But if you want to edit and later bring it back, you can use it, right? So I will show you when I'm doing the uh, practical session how to do the hiding, right? You can just right click and hide it uh, for each slide. Yeah, shall we quickly do a practical session and see from the file? There, this is the menu bar, file, home, insert, like that, right? So this is some kind of a slide which will have only the title and the subtitle. I told you there are different types of slides you can have. If you want to insert a new slide, you can go for title slide or title and content. Now we'll include the title and content and see. So this is a title and this is the content. In the content, you can have just text, or here you can insert pictures, see, videos and other smart graphs, charts, tables. You can insert different kind of content here. So title slide is like this, what you had earlier, right? So this is a title slide and this is the title and content, right? So if you want two contents like this, right, you can have it. So different like office themes or different types of slides you can use, right? Sometimes blank slide, it will have nothing. You can start from the scratch. Or you can have something like comparison slides, right? So you have a title, text, and contents, right? So there are different types of slides you can definitely include, right? So from here, now there were some things like you can insert pictures, right? And from here you can take a picture and insert the picture here very easily, right? Or you can take a picture from different place and copy here, copy from there and paste it here also you can do. So as they were explaining tables, you can insert, you can give the number of rows and columns, and you can decide your table like this. Like this. But don't worry, always from here also you insert, and you can go and give your, as I told, different tables. You can insert not only one table or one content, you can insert something new also here. Okay. So that is about the tables, right? And here, from here, you can give the pictures again, right? From the online pictures, you can go and search and provide that these are the given pictures from Microsoft, right? So you can search and get it as well, right? Okay. Then similar to that, shapes, right? You can just include any shapes like the Microsoft Word we learn. So we can change these colors and all these things. We can insert letters there. Different things can be done. Okay. Yeah. If you want to insert a smart art, right? You can directly go and do. So, or you can go for a different thing like this, and you can uh, insert anything you want. Like that, you can insert, right? Then comes the design, right? I told you these things will, for example, it's already designed, the colors and the font colors. So you don't have to worry too much. See, you can use different design and go on, right? So all the slides will be having that format. Okay, we'll just put cats or something like that. Okay, so this is the design, and this is the transitions, right? For example, if you select this and if you do like this, see, different kind of transitions. How this slide will come. Okay, we'll use one for this and one for this. Okay. So if you see the slideshow from the beginning, see how the slides are coming. See, different transitions like that you can add. So why when you are moving on the slides, you can do different transitions, right? So that is about transitions, right? Time, sounds, those things also you can add, right? With the transition, you can give a sound like this, different sounds. Or for the transition, you can give some time also. Yeah, and slideshow, usually from the beginning you can present. F5 will be from the beginning or from the current slide if you want. Shift F5, that means if you are in the middle of, now think you are explaining here, and if you press this one, it will go from the beginning, the transition, right? But if you want to go from the current slide itself, you have to click this one. Then from here onwards, you can move, right? here, if you want, you can move the slide order like this, drag and drop. Okay. So if you want to insert a new slide, you can add from here as well, right? Anything you want. And if you want to delete thing, you can just select and delete. You can press the delete button as delete key. Or if you want to from delete here also, you can do delete. You can duplicate. For example, if I want to duplicate this one, I just have to select. So there will be two slides. So if I want to delete, you can do it here. You can do the cut, copy those, paste in those things as well here, right? If you want to hide a slide, see it's there. Now if I go from the beginning, that is not coming for the presentation, but it's there. It's not visible. Hiding a slide. Okay. So viewing a slide, the normal view is this one, right? Outline view is like this. Slide sorter they have explained, so you can see the whole slide set at once. So it's easy to do the customization here itself if you want to change the order and all these things. Okay. So hiding can be removed here itself. So it's here. It's easy, more easier than the normal view, right? Slide sorter view. In this chapter, we talked about presentation. So we have used the presentation software to create presentations. You can make it more attractive. You can use words, images, pictures, and these things. So you can start with the blank slides, or you can use pre-designed slide templates also, right? So you can open, save, close presentations. Those things were there. So different things. Different types of slides are there, right? Topic slide, topic and content, subheading, comparison, empty slides, like that. There are different types of slides. Um, so when you insert a text, right? Yeah, let me quickly explain that as well. When you insert a text for a slide, right, you can do different text things, right? Related, for example, different, if you select this text, you can make it bold, italic, underline, right? Different font sizes, right? Different font uh, themes you can go for, right? So this is the things you can do, different font changes, what you can do. So similarly, you can insert images, shapes, audio, videos for your presentation as well. And definitely the transition also you have to worry about when you are designing a presentation, right? So in the presentation, yes, deleting, copying, moving, hiding slides can be done. There are different slide views you can go for, right? Like the slide sorter. So this is a basic understanding of presentation, right? Not very hard. So you think about a theme, for example, um, like environmental pollution. Think about a topic and then you try to prepare your own slides. You will have a like topic uh, slide, then you can have the content slide, right? What are the topics you are going to discuss today? And then you can have different, for example, sound pollution, for water pollution, like that. There are different categories. So for that, you can organize your slides. So while you're explaining water pollution, you can definitely insert some pictures. Definitely, you can insert some video clips, right? So don't insert lot of long videos. Then the attraction and the concentration will be moved to the video, not for your presentation. So always use very short clips, and like that you can create your own presentation. So creating presentation and presenting the presentation also very important, because while you're presenting also you have to think about different skill set, right? So initially first try to design and prepare your own presentation, which is very colorful, which is very attractive, uh, and try to present it and see whether this is more, what are the modifications you can do for your presentation. So while you're presenting, you will understand, oh, here the font is not very good. Here the pictures are too much, right? Like that, you can then go and modify your presentation. Yeah, so this is very important thing for your life. Presentations, yeah, definitely you have to do a presentation in your life. So please do more practical sessions and try to improve your skills on this. So thank you very much for being with us. So if you haven't still subscribed my channel, please go and subscribe, and you can click the bell notification as well. So please do comment, right? If you have any questions or if you have any feedback to give, please do comment. So it's very important for me. So thank you very much.